Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. We're going to have a quick wrap up of some of the ideas that we discussed today. Quick summary, back in the Psukim, Parakid Gimel, we're looking at the report that the group of 12 bring back to the Jewish people. And from what we saw, it appears that they did a pretty good job at following the instructions that Moshe gave them. We're going to look at two Rambans that are both on the sheet. It's question number 3 and question number 4, and that's going to be our study for this video. The first Ramban is in Perkei Gimel Pasuk of Zayin, and he talks about the fact, as I mentioned, that the Meraglim, these people, generally followed the instructions. So what was their mess up? So here's what he says. Bavur shetzivah otam lirot hashmenahi imraza. Go see if the land is fat or it's lean. We saw that. Land is flowing milk and honey. They answered that question. They brought back that report. Is there a tree? Is there not a tree? Moshe gave those instructions. They said, here's the fruit. So basically, that's exactly what Moshe asked them to do. That's what they did, and that's what they reported. Says the Ramban, they told the truth. And they gave back a report exactly what Moshe asked them. Talk about the cities, talk about the strength of the people. And that's exactly what they did. And they did that. They spoke about the people, they spoke about the cities, etc. Says the Ramban, Aval Risham, their downfall, their evil plan began with the word Ephes. Let's go back to the Psukim. You find it here in Pasuk Kafchet. They tell their whole story, and then they say, Ephes, ki az ha'am hayoshev ba'aretz. So we would translate literally Ephes as but. The people of the land are this way. They're big, they're strong, they're scary, etc. Says the Ramban, that word Ephes, shehi morel, davar Ephes, it means what? It means nothing. It means zero. We are a zero. We are nothing. We are unable. It's basically saying we're incapable. And that notion is not what Moshe asked them to report on. That notion of, yes, it's true, the land is this way and the people are this way, but here's what we think about this information. We think that we are incapable. And once they put in the word Ephes, explain many of the commentaries on the Ramban, and the Ramban seems to be implying this himself, these people were essentially moving away from reporting to editorializing, or giving their own opinion, or giving their own bias, which is not what they were asked to do. They were asked to give a report of facts, and they did that. But they did more than that. Yes, it's true. It's a beautiful land. It's land flowing milk and honey, but we can't go there. Why? Ki azam. No, Ephes, they're too strong. The cities are too fortified. So that's a problem. They're taking a mission to find out information, and they're taking that information and they're offering their own interpretation. Ramban number 2 is based on the continuation of the Psukim. Comes along Kalev, he quiets everybody down. He says, no, Yachol Nuchalam in Pasuk Lamed here. We can do it, we could win. And then the Meraglim come along and they respond. They said, no, Kalev, you're wrong. Lo Nuchala Lodala Amki Chazaku Mimenu Pasuk Lamed Off. We can't go, they're too strong for us. And they release this report. Dibat ha'aretz taruba. They say the land that we went through, Eretz ochel yoshveha. It's a land that swallows its inhabitants. The people that live there are huge. They're impossible to conquer. Shamarinu nefilim. At the end of the parak, b'nei anak minu nefilim v'nihi ve'inenu kachagavim v'chein hayinu be'einehem. We were in their eyes like grasshoppers, and that's how we were. We were in our own eyes. We felt like grasshoppers next to them, and that's how they looked at us. So some said on that Ramban that I quoted before, if you start to feel like you're a nothing, then of course that's how you're going to see yourself. Right? We're going to see Kalev's response, but that's not for right now. So the Ramban, what he does with this is he points out that there was actually a logic to and a flow to what happened over here, just explaining the process. So we have the Meraglim come back, they give the report. Kalev stands up, he quiets everybody down. He says, no, we can do it. Comes along the Meraglim again, and they speak again, and they push back on what Kalev had said. So what is this back and forth all about? Explains the Ramban. This is the Ramban in Pasuk Lamed Bet. He says, Ki achum lifnei Moshe ve'Aaron, v'yomrim bo aleihem ki hi eretz ochelet yoshveha. Ki mitchila, at the beginning, meaning the first time around, when they came to give their speech, Kishayu omrim lehem lifnei Moshe, sha'ar zavach lavadvash, zulati sha'am chazak v'kalev haya omer ki achon ochala, hayu am poschim. What happened was, the Meraglim came, they gave the report. They said, Ephes, yeah, they're strong, it's going to be difficult, I don't think we're really able. Came along Kalev and said, no, they might be strong, but Yachon Ochala, we're stronger, we could win, we could actually overcome. So now the people were like, who do we listen to? Do we listen to the first report, or do we listen to Kalev's report? It's not clear. Poschim, they were on the fence. Some of them believed in the strength. Right? Some of them actually believed that they could win. So what did they do? They said, you know what? We're afraid that Kalev's going to sway the vote. He's going to get everybody to switch sides. So then they came out and they put the nail in the coffin. Then they said, you know what? We're not here to give a report anymore. We're not here to give facts anymore. We're just telling the people. We're going to scare them out of their pants, and it's going to be done. We're not going to have anybody siding with Kalev. And that's exactly what they did. The land swallows you alive, and we're like grasshoppers. We're nothing. We're going to get crushed. We're going to get destroyed. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, as we see to the beginning of Perek Yud Daled over here. The exact reaction to that second speech was successful. They started to cry, and that became the night of crying, which forewarned Tisha B'Av of the future. There will be a number of questions of discussion to think about after this short lesson.